We have back to school on the brain this week, but if you're trying to soak up the last few weekends of summer break, we've got you covered for that too.
Sean Collier is here with his weekend guide. And Sean, you're starting off with something that we actually talked about last week. It's called A Moon for the Mis Begotten. And Daisy was talking about it. You've actually seen it, so you're giving it thumbs up.
Oh, absolutely. I went on Monday night. This is at a beautiful place called the Longview Club in Verona. If you live out that way, you probably know. Historic country club.
Yeah.
And a great location. We know Quantum Theater for decades now has been staging plays in interesting places. And when they get it just right, when it's the perfect marriage of the show and the location, it really is magical. That's the case with Moon for the Mis Begotten, a Eugene Neal play that kind of takes place over a long, long night, right? So to start this show when the sun is setting and it's that late summer, you know, haze in the air, and by the end the darkness creeps in and just surrounds the characters. The cast is fantastic, particularly Wally Jamal, the great local actor Wally Jamal, does a great job. But it's a really, really special experience out there at the Longview Club, and you can have a picnic beforehand. They have a little picnic package.
So lovely.
Where you could take in the beautiful view before the show.
Oh, that's a nice idea.
And one of the, or if not the best beer festival is happening this weekend as well.
This is not just, a lot of people know the name Barrel and Flow and know it's a big deal beer festival here in Pittsburgh and might have heard, oh yeah, that was voted the best festival in the city. No, the last 2 years, that was voted the best beer festival, period.
In the country.
By,
wow, really?
Readers of USA Today. 2 years running won that award on a national scale. And of course, a celebration particularly of black brewers and black artists. If you're thinking, well, I'm not a big hop head, I don't drink, it's such a great event beyond that. Music and art and performance are just as important as the beer. There's plenty of food, and it's really a celebration more than it is just, oh, there's a bunch of beer here. But if you are into the beer, exclusive collaboration stuff you will only get there. This is a really cool event, and it's more than just the main event is on Saturday. They have events all weekend for you to check out.
I was watching that video as you were talking, and I was like, yeah, I like beer, but then I saw cupcakes, and I was like, I love cupcakes, so cupcakes are there too.
So start with that video first.
And they go together. They're both,
I think so too.
There's a little bit of carb to both of them.
Sure.
You don't go both at the same time.
So there are certain eras for Saturday Night Live, and I feel like one of my favorite eras is the era Kevin Neal was on the show.
It's not when down in a van down by the river.
Well, that's later than that, right?
It was the 90s.
Maybe
Chris
the same
Farley?
time.
It's about the same
early
time.
90s, yeah.
Yeah, early 90s with
Dana
both Chris
Carvey
Farley, Dana Carvey,
exactly.
Kevin Nealon, who will be in town this weekend. If you know him from Saturday Night Live, of course, was Weekend Update host for a while there. Was one of the great Weekend Update hosts. You probably know him from movies and TV. You might even know him from this. This is his new YouTube project. It's called, I think it's called Hikes with Famous People. There he is hiking with Conan O'Brien, and he just finds a famous friend, and they go on a hike, and he holds the little selfie stick. There's Hilary Swank. He gets very famous people to hike with him. Well, if you know him from maybe this, or from his many movies, or SNL, he was a stand-up first. He broke through as a stand-up comic. I've seen him many years ago. None other than my father, Gene Collier, opened for Kevin Nealon at the Pittsburgh Improv a long time ago.
That's
so
amazing.
Got to meet him, but more importantly, got to see him. He is a fantastic stand-up, and he'll be performing 2 shows this Saturday night at City Winery. I finally saw comedy at City Winery. It's great for it, not just the food and the drink, but it's just a great room for comedy, and you're getting one of the great stand-up comics down there this weekend.
Absolutely. And I was just thinking about his show, like it's genius because, you know, Jerry Seinfeld, he's that requires this expensive car.
Right.
Kevin Nealon's just out there walking.
Right.
Like,
and it looks like he's doing it himself with this little selfie.
And you get a little bit more honest. You know, if you start, the blood starts pumping, the endorphins start going. Famous people are going to say more honest, maybe revelatory things out there in nature.
What was the hot take? What's the one where they eat the hot wings?
Hot ones.
Hot ones, that's it.
They're there's too much spice for them to
even think about. That's right. Sean, thank you so much.
I'm going to ask you about that in the commercial break. I don't know about that. All right. Thanks, Sean. Remember, you can catch Sean's Weekend Guide each Thursday right here on PTL and in Pittsburgh Magazine online.